Once a Bandle Gunner, always a Bandle Gunner. I bravely volunteer to charge in recklessly. Let's get in range. Locked, loaded, and ready to rock it. I'm going in!
Hey guys, welcome to a new guide video. Today I will show you everything you need to know about Tristana. Ability sequence on Tristana. Max out your E first because most of the damage is in this ability, so it helps with trading and wave clearing. Max out the Q second for the increased attack speed, that will help with the DPS, and then W last, which is your mobility spell, but since it resets on takedowns and with your E, there's no point in maxing this over the other abilities. So Tristana is a really simple champion to pick up. She doesn't really have any advanced mechanics and her kit is straightforward. Now her passive gives a bonus auto range every single time she levels up. It also gives a bonus range on her E and her ultimate. And then we have her E, level 1 here. What it does is that it has two parts to it. So the passive part will make units she kills explode, dealing damage in an AoE around her. Now this is very good for pushing the wave really fast and also for poking people if they stay next to low HP minions. But it can make it a bit difficult to farm under the tower because you will constantly damage nearby minions. And then the active part of this ability is where most of the damage is at. So you place a charge on the opponent and that charge can be stacked. You stack it by auto attacking the charge or using abilities. At maximum stacks, it's going to deal a lot of damage. Now, it is really important to know that when you trade with Tristana, you really want to make sure that you have this CE up because most of the damage is in this ability, so if you trade without it, then you're just going to lose straight up. You have your W level 2 here, and it is a mobility. What it does is that it's going to slow and damage the target you land on. But another really important thing is that it's going to reset whenever you get a takedown or if you get maximum stacks on your E when you use it on a champion. So that makes Tristana really mobile in fights, especially if she's able to get kills, so she can constantly reset that W. Now level 2 Tristana is one of the strongest champions in the game because she has burst on her E and then she has the mobility and slow on her W. So if you're playing in a solo lane right now, then you could look for engages, but we are against a Morgana and a Jhin, so it's very risky. Now we have a gank coming up here, so now we can engage. So we kill Morgana here and then we can reset with the W and then we can jump on Jhin and he should be dead here. That's how you want to play Tristana, really play around that W. And you basically, if you can look for kills in the early game, you can just wait for your jungler or until you get the items you need. That's the teleport coming in, we can look for another kill here. Still have heal up, so it's completely fine. There we go. Janna got the kill, but it's alright, so now Jhin is super far behind and he's probably tilted as well because he probably thought that we used the heal early on. So now this entire wave is crashing into their tower. So the wave is going to bounce back eventually and now we can go for a BF sword. So the ideal base on grid ADCs is around 1300 gold, so you can get that BF sword. And then a health potion or a control ward depending on what you need and what you have gold for. So now we have a lot of AD. AD is super important, especially on Tristana because a lot of the damage comes from that E burst. So more AD is going to increase the burst damage. So now is when you can really start looking for those kills, especially when you know the summoners are down. Now when you play against something like Morgana, you have to watch out for a binding, so you basically identify their main ability they can use to shut you down. In this case it is a binding ability, so whenever she uses and wastes that, that's when we can go in. Because if we go in while she has it up, then they can just chain CC us and then burst us down, so you want to watch out for that. Plus when you trade, really want to make sure of that E, guys. You can also try to poke the enemy champion by last hitting the low HP minion, sometimes they walk within range. You can look for engage here. There we go, got the slow off and he should be dead because he doesn't have summoners up, there we go. Morgana should also be dead here because the W resets on takedown. Then I got another kill, but that's fine, we also getting kills here, so that's how you play Tristana. You wait for the opponent to use their main CC or defensive ability and then you just jump straight in. She's very strong against immobile champions like Jhin because they have no way to escape that. And even if you flashed away right there, our W would reset because we had maximum E charges. So he will still follow up, so he has no way to escape. Save another plate here. And we can of course also push really fast because when you place that E on the tower, the AoE area is much larger. Go ahead and recall, so now we can get a Berserkers. Berserkers is really good in the early game. Normally what I like to do is that I get a BF sword and then I build into Berserkers. With Berserkers you get extra mobility, so it's easier for you to dodge skill shots. You also get more attack speed, so it also increases your burst. Of course the mobility also makes it easier for you to avoid ganks, so very important that you get this item early on. Now we can pretty much look for engages whenever they overextend. We can even look for dives. Because with that bonus attack speed, it's going to be a lot easier to stack that E up really fast. So we just keep chasing people. So Morgana's mid, so we want to push this wave here. It is very hard to gank a LeBlanc. She's very mobile herself, so probably a wasted gank mid. We could look for a dive on the Jhin here. Don't see him lane, there he is. We can try to poke him down and then once he's low HP then we can look for a dive, but requires that Morgana use the Q. Okay, we have a gank coming in, so we just need to back off. We can probably get a kill here. So I tried to ult him into the tower range. Unfortunately it was not quite within range, but it's fine. So we traded 1 for 2 here, so that is super worth it, especially considering it's the jungle that went down, so he's going to be losing XP and gold at this time. It's going to give Volibear some free time to farm up and get a lead on him. Now you can get the pickaxe here, so the first major item you always want to buy is Infinity Edge. Because it gives you a lot more damage. Compared to if you got the Storm Razors, it is your highest damaging item, so you always want to get that first and then you can get the Storm Razors afterwards. Now of course Tristana is a champion that you will be pushing on a lot. Wave management is very difficult on this champion because of a E passive that will constantly get the wave pushing, so you have to get used to how to play with her. Farming under the tower can also be really difficult, so what you want to do is that you farm with your E. So when a minion is low HP, then you place E on it and then you auto attack. So I got a really good trade-off here right now. So we got the stopwatch out of Morgana, and then we can just jump out to safety. So now they're really low HP, so if they don't base soon, then we can look for a dive. Just have to keep pushing here. So since they're low HP, we don't want to let them base for free. The way we stop them or punish them if they base is that we just keep pushing here, because if they base right now, then they're going to lose the minion wave and tower plates as well. So now we can look for a dive if Morgana bases, but if she's still up, then we have to watch out for a bit here, because she has 2 hard CC abilities, and if she hits the binding, then we are dead pretty much. We're just gonna keep pushing here, so we constantly apply pressure on the bottom side and don't let them base for free. We want to deny them as much gold as possible. That was very close. I actually almost ended that one right there. We should be fine though. We still have flash up. I'm just waiting for that ultimate to expire or for Jin to cancel it out. We have a gank coming in as well. I want to push the wave really fast. Place that charge on the minion wave. Preferably in the middle of the wave here. Oh wow, she just survived with 1 HP. I could have played it better though. I didn't want to waste my flash, but I could have auto-attacked and then used ultimate right afterwards. But it's a miscalculation from my side, because I thought that 1 ult would be enough. So now Morgana has to base and Jin is alone. So we can actually look for dives here and that should be fine. Just want to push this as fast as we can. Don't really have a minion wave with us though, so probably have to look to recall soon as well. We need a bit more gold to get that Infinity Edge. Once we have that, then we have a pretty huge power spike. Our crits will deal even more damage. We're just gonna go ahead and recall now. Better to play it out safe than risking something and then throwing that lead. So now we have the Infinity Edge. Massive power spike. You always want this as your first major item. You can always get boots before that, but always make sure that you get the Infinity Edge, because it gives you a lot of damage. This is your highest damaging item after all, so that's why. Then after this item you can get the Storm Racer for the synergy. Maybe we can take out Jin here. Okay, never mind, he's all. Gonna cancel his recall once more, so now he is screwed. So if we can make him stay in lane, then we can look for a dive. Because if he recalls now, then he's gonna lose the tower plates. I'm gonna block his ultimate here so he can't use it to clear out the minion wave. Go, and now we can look for a dive because he's all alone. Then I got the slow off, so I'm just gonna jump in here, look for that free kill, and there we go. I think she might have died right there, that's why I went for the heal. Better make sure that she survives. It's fine wasting the heal. Now we got the first tower as well. I got a perfect dive off, so that's how you want to play Tristana in the laning phase. Morgana is mid again, but that's fine. This is super worth it for us because we got the first tower. So we have a lot of gold from that. We also got a kill on Jin, so we got a lot of gold from that as well. Now we want that Storm Racer so we can get the cloak here. We can't really buy the BF sword yet. That would have been much better. We're just gonna get a cloak and a dagger. And then the blue up is really good for some long range vision. So normally when the laning phase is over, you want to rotate with your teammates. So if the top tower is up, then you can rotate with your top laner, but looks like Jax didn't want to, so we just have to head back bot lane. Would have been a lot better if Jax went bot, because he's able to farm for free and we can pressure for the top lane tower, because we are 2 versus 1 at that point. We are super fit as well, so you can pretty much one-shot Yone. Just gonna go bot here and pick up that wave. Make sure that even when the laning phase is over, you make sure that you go to the side lane still, just so you can pick up the waves, and then you go back mid again. You don't want to AFK in the side lanes because it is risky when you play ADCs. Very squishy role. They have they're really high damage, but they're very squishy, so any proper split pusher can just destroy you straight up in a 1 versus 1. So just pick up the waves and then you back off again. Constantly rotate between the lanes, so make sure that you stay up in XP and gold. Now we can look to pressure the mid lane tower here, look for engage on Kassadin. He's probably gonna make it out though. Looks like LeBlanc doesn't have ultimate up, that would have been really nice. We can look for kill on Kayn, he should be dead right now. Awesome. Janna got the kill, but it's whatever. So now we can get the mid lane tower here, so we want to make sure that we play for the objectives. Objectives is how we win the game. Now bottom and mid lane tower is down, so now we can look for the top lane tower as well. Jhin is backing off here because he saw Volibear working bottom side, and Janna as well. Kill on Kassadin also. A bit too overextended, there we go. Now we can pressure for this tower, so use your E on the tower here so you can push faster. And also use your Q for that bonus attack speed. Constantly playing for those objectives, really taking down those towers there, and that's how you win the games. Your main goal should always be the objectives, and then the kills are secondary. We have a lot of goals, so we should probably look for recall here. We can also look for engage, we have to see. We're gonna use the ultimate, I can jump on Jhin. Bit risky though, Kayn. I'm not sure what he was doing right there, that was interesting. Looks like he AFK'd for a bit, or I don't know what happened. Jhin is walking up, so that should be free kill for us. I can jump out here, but I'm probably dead because Kassadin can follow. Yeah, he is. We're not gonna waste flash here, because it's not worth it. Now we have enough for the second core item, the Storm Razor, so it also gives a lot of great stats. You get crit, attack speed, AD. It amplifies the energized passive, so once you have rapid fire cannon, a lot better, but it also slows when it's fully stacked on your first auto attack, so that's very useful for keeping people within range, especially when you have to engage on them. Now you have a slow from that first auto attack when it's fully stacked, and you also have a slow from a W, so you make sure that pretty much no one escapes you at this point. Fight is going on top side, so we need to move there and make sure we get there in time. They should probably have waited for us though. We really don't want to feed the Kassadin. He's one of the best late game champions, so he's just gonna try to one-shot us later on. Look for a flank here, because we have a control ward, so we know it's not warded, and then we can try to find Jhin. There we go, we got the slow off, so we made sure that he's within range of auto attack, and then we just burst him down like that. We can go for Kassadin as well, should be free. W is resetting, so we can keep jumping. Oh, okay, she had this Sonya's Hourglass, so she cancelled out her ultimate. And that binding duration is insane, so she's getting away, but it is alright. But this is basically what Tristana is capable of doing in teamfights. You can constantly get those W resets, then you can just engage. And you can also dive when you have a lead, like I'm doing right here. Straight up dive the assassins as well, because she has insane amount of burst. And that W resetting basically allows you to get out again. Very, very good ADC to pick up. Finn is trying to clear out the wave, but there is no wave to clear out. There are only 2 minions, so we'll find. Also remember that your W, guys, you can use it to cancel out CC. Even if you get hit by the CC, if you properly time your W, then you can cancel it out, and that is what makes Tristana and Ezreal really popular picks into champions like Blitzcrank and Thresh. Because even if you get hooked, you can time that W. If you can time it, then you can cancel out the CC and escape. Look for engage engine here, should be fine. Look for another W jump here, because we got the reset. Get that slow on Morgana, there we go. So we got a triple kill here, it's pretty easy. Super fun ADC to play when you're fed, so now we can look for that tower in the base. Look for engaging Kassadin as well, so I waited for him to use one part of his ultimate. And then we just burst him down with our entire kit. So we're gonna survive here, should be fine. So now we get the inhibitor mid, maybe the one in the bottom side as well, depending on how much damage Jax is able to get off. So we definitely need to look for a base, so we don't want to stay and help bottom lane, because they should not be overextended right now. Now we have the rapid fire cannon, so that is the third core item that you'll be getting every single game, so you have 75% crit right now. We have that one extended auto attack range from this item. Helps a lot when you want to poke people and also when you want to chase. Okay. They might be losing this one, yeah, okay. Kassadin getting those kills, but it is fine. Now we have a lot of burst, so you can pretty much 1 versus 1 anyone. Even the assassin, we can just straight up dive him because we are playing Tristana and ADC with insane amount of mobility and burst as well. So now middle lane, there's nothing for us to take anymore, so what we can do right now is we can go top, or we can play for the Baron. Now going top is the safer option here. Because Baron can always be a 50-50, no matter how big of a lead you have. I'm gonna push the top wave here. And what happens if they walk up to contest the Baron is that they will lose their farm that constantly keeps pushing in from the bot and middle lane. Got a free kill on Kayn here, so we can just use that reset. We can ult him away. I might be dead here, possibly survive. Oh, never mind, the blue buff right there, so it's a pretty unfortunate that it was right there, but it's fine. So it turned out to be a really good fight for us, so now we can just look to end the game. But yeah, this is basically how you play Tristana, so I do hope this guide was helpful. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next video.
We are